Welcome, Weirdlings! As you may notice, we are back in my place because we had a few production issues. Maybe a couple of audio files went missing, maybe a couple video files went missing. I blame the killer bunnies. There's not any around here, right? So today I thought I would talk to you about Spiel, which is coming up October 8th through the 10th. Spiel, if you don't know, is like the mecca of board gaming conventions. To put into perspective how big this convention is, I went through the preview list. The preview list is compiled by BoardGame.new, and the last I checked it had 727 board games on it. And they were still adding more. So I went through the list of 727 games, distilled that down into just the 51 titles that are debuting at Essen this year, Spiel, and I am going to tell you the top 5 for what I would love to buy, and I can't wait till it hits the United States. The very first game that caught my attention is 504. Inside of the box of 504 is 504 games. So in 504, you've got 9 modules, and those 9 modules are supposed to break down into 504 games. This game is designed around the idea that a bunch of scientists got together and they made 500 different alternative universe Earths, and each one of those Earths have different rules to them, and to win at that Earth, you have to play the game, which I guess is like life. Is life just a game? Are we all just pawns? That's a sad place. I'm done. Each individual game can range anywhere between 30 and 120 minutes. This feels like it could be the Rory's Cubes of board games. As a person who's interested in designing board games at some point, I find it interesting that somebody's taken all of these different mechanics and formed like the ultra book. I can't imagine the time that went into determining the rules for each one of these games, and play testing? There's no way they were all play tested. I'm pretty excited about this. I can't wait till it hits stateside. I'm picking it up as soon as my local game store has it. I want it so bad. In the realm of futuristic, cool gameplay, I really was interested in the Delivia Project. In the Delivia Project, you're building a hovering city that's supposed to save the world from its overpopulation issues. In this city building game, it looks like you're going to be putting tiles down for different parts of the space station, all in the goal to build a city that other people will want to live in. This game will really win as a city builder if it can get the economics right and making sure that you're handling some kind of ingoing and outgoing population as well as monetary value. Don't be fooled, this game's going to be a heavyweight game. They're estimating this game is going to take 120 minutes, which if I do my board game group math, that's 8 hours. Okay, I know that's really supposed to be 2 hours, but what board gaming group ever completed a game in time? I really hope this game makes it to Essen. I want to see it in person. Well, I guess not in person, but I want to see the videos that come out for this game, and I want to see how it plays and what the demo looks like. Z-Man Games is debuting a game called Castilian. Now, I'm not usually into solitaire games, not at all, but this game is supposedly a 1 to 2 player game. I think it's meant to be played solitaire style, and it looks like it has some fun mechanics that could turn the whole solitaire system around for me. In Castilian, your goal is to survive 3 different monster attacks by drawing tiles and either activating their special abilities or placing them inside of your castle. For a solitaire game, this looks not only cute, but also like it could be fun and have some strategy and just enough chaos to keep it interesting. I would also like to see what the 2-player element in this game is. I am always looking for good 2-player games, mainly because I tend to wear out 2-player games pretty quick. The 4th game that interested me was Epic Tiny Galaxies. This looks like a game I could bust out almost anywhere, and that it will be enjoyable to a multitude of people. I also could be playing to my strengths. As a software developer, games that have a programming element in them tend to do fairly well in my book. Though this was labeled as debuting at Essen, I am not sure it's quite a debut because it seems like a lot of people have gotten their hands on it. That mainly has to do with how the Kickstarter market now works. Even if you kickstart a game and you release it and it goes out to a general population, there is still considered a debut when you first go to a convention and hit the floor with your game. Though I know many people got this game from the Kickstarter, I didn't hear about it until I was reading the Essen previews list. I know, I keep on top of everything. I can promise you I'll be better and more poor, but that's not the point. Epic Tiny Galaxy looks like it's going to be a great game, and I can't wait to pick it up. Loop Incorporated is the final and 5th game I want to talk to you about. It is also a Kickstarter game debuting at Essen, and I think it did really well in its Kickstarter. In Loop Incorporated, you are playing a time traveler traveling agency. Keep thinking it's like if Doctor Who wanted to capitalize on what the TARDIS can do. Maybe Gallifrey is really just a bunch of Time Lords who wanted to go on vacation. I'm also not caught up on Doctor Who, so don't you spoil anything for me. The first round you play, you're going to go to some place on the space-time continuum, all determined by, you know, what parts you have and what money you have, or however the economy is in the game. Then you will travel back to the beginning of that day and do it all over again. Because how else would you violate the space-time continuum if you didn't go back to the same day to do something all over again? Your goal in the second and third rounds are to continue to make money while not intercepting yourself on the continuum. I don't think I've ever played a game with a time paradox mechanic in it. Do you know any games with a time paradox mechanic in it? Let me know. I honestly can't think of any other ones. I'm excited for this one to hit the general public. I'm glad it did well in Kickstarter. I hope it does well in its debut at Essen. That also is the end of the games I wanted to talk to you about. I want to apologize if I got confusing at any point during the video. Essen and Spiel, in my opinion, are synonymous. Spiel is, I think, the technical name for the conference, but it's in Essen, Germany. They're the same thing. While talking about board gaming conventions, what board gaming conventions do you want to go to or have you been to and that you absolutely love and just can't live without? On my, honey-do list is Essen and Gen Con and maybe Omega Con, but there are so many out there. And there's also Board Game Geek Con, of course, and now Dice Tower has a con. All right, Weirdlings, I need you to like this video if you liked me covering these kind of news segment-y things. Also, subscribe to the Weirdlings channel because we do some awesome stuff here. Bye, Weirdlings. See you next week.